Next up, we have a wonderful story of a woman who is working with her community in beautiful, holistic ways, particularly with the women in the village. Thanks so much for being here to share your story with us. Tell me, what sort of things are you doing in the community where you're working?
Well, I'm doing a community work. I'm targeting the women and the teenagers, but it also involves the men and the youth. It was the women were a starting point, but then with the women, I gained trust in them, and they gained trust in me, and then we spread this work. It's not me only, but it's the group work, so it has extended to men also and youth.
Wonderful. How did you start?
Well, when I went to the village, I got in touch with a group of women actually before, because we had a project with ADRA in that village. And the women were a big part of the beneficiaries. So I got in touch with them. And in fact, they got in because they recognized me when I went after 2 years. And they invited me in their group. And I started observing what they were doing. And I thought, oh, maybe I can do some work with them and I can have some impact with them. So it's in like a micro enterprise in essential oil extraction. And so they were just in the process of producing, but I helped them in the packaging and the way of selling it and marketing it. So, and the little success that we had that last summer really encouraged them to open more up, and then we started other things with them.
So you're extracting essential oils from a certain type of plant?
Yeah, it's myrtle and lavender mainly. Well, these are the main, but there are other medicinal aromatic plants there that grow on the mountain, but mainly myrtle and mastic oil also.
So this gives you an opportunity to make friends.
Oh, actually, well, I started with a group of 3, and it has extended to 30. So within 3 months, because when the women, they told their neighbors, and the neighbors came, and it was good because it was an opportunity to reach them, but also to help them to diversify the work, because those women were in myrtle oil, and I got others where they were living near the plant mastic, and then they could have mastic oil. So it was good. So I was able to replicate the process with different groups of women.
Were there any barriers against you? Were there any bridges that you had to make to people? Were you treated with suspicion?
Well, yes and no. That's a good question, because the fact that I'm local, that on the other side, I'm Christian, and that how to adapt my practices, my Christian faith in the environment. So that was a little bit of challenge. But they have come to respect me. At first, they didn't know I'm Christian. But when I said I don't work on Saturday, it's when the market day is and when they can make a lot of profit. Not a lot, but some profit on that day. And the visitors come to the village. At first they were, but then I instead of just being like, no, I cannot do, but I said, okay, we can have a picnic, we can go to the forest, we can have this, we can have a storytelling. And that was wonderful, especially when I told them once the story of David, and they were, wow, so it was just wonderful.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Now tell me about the jam making.
Oh, that's really God's providence, I have to say that. it was one Sabbath that I decided that to have a picnic with the young women. They were not part of the group, but I wanted to reach them. So I invited 4, and we went to the forest. We just made sandwiches, and we went there. And on our way back, we spent a nice time there the whole morning. On our way back, one of them said, "Wow, now the fruit has started growing," and I didn't know the fruit. So, in fact, it's the arbutus fruit, and I've never seen it. I've never tasted it. So she just picked one, and then she gave me, and I said, "Wow, it looks nice." And well, I just took the picture, and then I Googled it, and I said, "Wow, we can make jam," and no one knows. I mean, I've never. So the other next week, I collected some fruit, and then I went to another one of those ladies, and I said, "Wow, can we make a jam?" She said, "Wow," she was astonished. And then her mother was present there. She was one of the group, the mom, and one of the members. And then we started making, and wow, it was delicious. The fact is that we did it in the afternoon, and we spent a long time just testing the process of making it because I didn't know how to do it. But anyway, when we got the product, I figured out that the sunset has already there, and it was getting dark. And I'm living in the mountain, in the forest, so to get in the night, I was new, so I couldn't find my way. So I went to the local cafe. Just normally it's not good for a woman to go, but I would say, okay, just let me ask for someone to help me and escort me to there. And one of the men, I met a group of men in front of the cafe. It just was, I didn't want to enter, but I just met them outside. And they say, "What were you doing? Why are you out this time? You know that you should be at home." So, because it's not dangerous, but it's good to be at home, because when it's dark, you cannot find your way. And I said, "Well, I was making a jam. Actually, would you like to taste?" And they tasted. I say, "What? Wow, that's a good jam. What is it?" "We can taste it. There's something that we knew." And then I said, "Okay, guess what?" And they couldn't figure it out. But when they realized that it was this fruit, so they took it inside, and the whole cafe, I can say that maybe there were 70 people, and people started coming out and say, and in fact, they called me inside, and they said, "Oh, would you like to that we collect this for you? If you are going to make, please let us." And I said, "Yes, well, you can." I didn't realize that the thing will be so big. So, well, I went to the capital, and while I was at my home, one of the villagers just phoned me, and he said, "Oh, please stop the guy from collecting fruit." I said, "What's happening?" He said they have collected a huge quantity. I had to return back quickly, and just to weigh, it was 1 ton. It means 1,000 kg.
Wow.
And it was really, I had to mobilize 28 people to make this 1 ton. Unfortunately, I had to throw 300 kgs, but we had a lot of jam, and it's a blessing.
Wonderful. And so it just keeps growing, huh?
Yes.
Wonderful.
Actually, now, it's a social enterprise for the village.
Fantastic.
And yeah, that's given hope for them.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing with us today.